Ladies and gentlemen, we are recording.
Oh my goodness. The world may be ending. We may be trapped in our own homes. We cannot get to Danger Studios to see each other, but the Danger Club podcast is still happening. And one thing has happened, which is positive for the world. I finally have a desk to run a game from. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first remote recorded episode of the Danger Club podcast.
Yes. Now, I'd just like to point out that I was in no way responsible for the purchase or provision of this desk, so my point still stands. My line in the sand. I will die on this hill, Thompson.
I'm so happy.
Hi, guys.
I'm spread out everywhere. This is great. Hello, guys. It is good to be back. Good to be back recording. It's been so long since we put together an episode.
So long.
It was.
Yeah.
Lots of things have changed.
Oh my goodness.
In life as well.
It's been quite a ride, hasn't it? It's I tell you what,
thanks for that, Ross.
It's been a bumpy ride. Yeah.
I feel foolish for my joke about how the Formula One season has started, and I'm probably watching something on my iPad during an episode a couple of weeks ago, because that didn't end up happening. I'm very glad that I didn't call the Tengu band in episode 97 COVID-19, which is still a good pun, but my God, would not have felt so good right now.
Do you remember those days?
Halcyon days.
It was all just a bit of a joke. Yeah.
It's
Halcyon days? Is it Halcyon days? Halcyon days?
Halcyon.
Halcyon.
See you.
Tweeters, Danger.
I'll see you, Jimmy.
I'll see. None of that. None of that.
see you.
None of that. We'll have none of that this episode. Thank you.
Now remember, because we're recording remotely, Dangerlings, I can't cut any of this if we talk over each other. So this is going to be really fun to edit. If we all say something really bad, then it's going to be left in. So enjoy that. Enjoy that, Dangerlings.
Yeah. We should say what we're doing. Because if you've just picked up this episode, some of you, if you're not on our social media, will have been sitting here expecting episode 100 to have appeared, because last week was episode 99. This is not episode 100. This is the first episode of our lockdown specials, of our remote records. There were a few reasons for that. Mostly, we didn't have all of episode 100 recorded when the quarantine hit. We had some of it, but not all of it. And so we had a chat, we had to think about what we wanted to do, and basically we decided that we wouldn't be able to do the version of episode 100 that we wanted to do through remote record. I think these episodes are going to be pretty good. I think we're going to find a new way to do it, but it's going to be a different kind of show to the kind of show we normally put out. And that means that it didn't feel right to do something so massive as episode 100, something so important, when we're not in the same room. So much of what we do is about the chemistry when we're in the same room and we're sparking off each other like that. So we still wanted to bring you episodes. So what we're doing for the next few weeks, because we don't know how long this will last for, we are going to be telling you a story from the past of one of the Danger Club members, one of your favourite Danger Club characters, or possibly one of your least favourite Danger Club characters, because, we've all got our own secret rankings somewhere, and we all know it's Philippe, and then everyone else sort of somewhere down there. But we're going to find out who that is in just a moment. So we're going to tell this whole story, and then we'll see where we are by the time we start to get to the end of that story, and maybe we'll do another one. Who knows? It's a fun journey, but we're all going on it together, and it will be exciting. Importantly, how are you guys? Ross, how are you dealing with lockdown? I know you love your trips to the barbers. How is your incredible fade going at the moment?
It's not going anywhere. I mean, it's just growing out. I just look like a bit of a homeless man. I would do the lockdown shave off thing, but nah, I'm just going to leave it. Just grow my beard out, grow my hair out. I'm doing the opposite Britney Spears thing, where you don't shave and you don't shave anything off.
That is the known thing for being an opposite of Britney Spears. That is the one thing that is the opposite of Britney Spears, you're right.
Forget the music, exactly. It's all about the hair.
It's reverse Britney, bitch.
Yeah.
Scott, you are the most active person I know, I think. Like, the only times when you're not doing things is when you are listing the things that you're about to do. Like, how are you coping with being stuck indoors? It's got to be crazy.
Well, actually, Dan, I'm speaking through one of my clones right now. I don't have time to do this, so you can tell from the dark vat that I'm sat in. Yeah, it's been okay. Actually, Ross, I actually committed to the lockdown shave, as you can see. So, I actually did shave my head there, Ross. So,
I can't see because...
it's the only thing we can see.
It's off my head. Yes, doing all right, actually.
Just for the Dangerlings at home, Scott's sitting, we were on a video chat, and Scott is in a really dark room. We can hardly see him.
If you do not meet my demands, then I will blow up one part of LA every 7 hours.
It's actually, just for context, it's actually really light in my room. It's just this bit that is dark, matching me and my soul.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, lockdown, it's been going okay, I think. I've been I've been lucky enough to have a garden, so I've been out in that quite a bit. And then I'm doing a lot of games and stuff that I'm running for people. And
there's only one day of the week that I think Scott hasn't played a D&D game or run a game. You'll know from his tweets.
Yeah. It's been fairly busy. I've still got my Fridays free. If you want to go, on a game, let me know. I've got a Friday.
Anyone want to get Scott to run him a game? Tweet us.
Come and play with me in the darkness.
I did the same as soon as lockdown kicked in. I was like, well, I play role-playing games, so I'm going to play role-playing games every single day, and was GMing Starfinder 3 times a week. And running. I've been doing some GM for hire gigs, and I'm playing 5e on Mondays. And within 2 weeks, my mental health tanked just completely. And I was like, "Oh God, no! I'm doing too much. I'm doing things all the time." And so just scaled it all right back. And now I'm like, "Oh, good. There we go. I've got a sort of a nice balance now that I can cope with." But it's been forever since we've done this. James, you've been getting it. You've got a bit of outside space, haven't you? So you can get out a little bit.
Yeah, I've got an old car park. So that's nice. Just go and crawl myself around on my belly. And some astroturf. Well, I have got my little urban garden in the corner, it's true. But yeah, no, I think I'm just lucky that I've got a bit of space to rumble around. I am currently the only member of the Danger Club who is in Danger Towers, obviously. And yeah, just thankful to have a bit of space to roll around. But there's good days and bad days. I think everyone's facing their own unique set of challenges, even though the situation we find ourselves in is the same. So, but no, it's been all right. It's been all right. Doing a lot of cycling. Got big thighs now. Great.
I wanted to get a bike, an exercise bike off Amazon. They're all sold out, so that's
yeah. Home fitness equipment is gold dust at the moment.
I ordered some home fitness equipment from China just before the lockdown in preparation for it. I can tell you it currently has not left China. It has made its way across. I think it's taking the Silk Road. I think that's how it's getting.
I do love the way though that you think. Yes, I know that everything's shut down, but for Dan Thompson, they will ship it from China because I am Daniel Thompson. I want my fitness equipment now.
The website was unspecific about where it was. The website said multiple international distribution centres. It just turned out that all of them were in China.
Yeah. No, it's ridiculous.
That's what you get for trusting Facebook ads.
Facebook ads.
Colin, one of my favourite bits of lockdown so far is the fact that my wife and your partner have formed the Finer Things Club, where they have video chats and do colouring and have a book club together. And every now and then, you or I appear in the background and just bring them food.
Yeah,
that seems to be the defining.
That's what happens. Yeah, if you've ever watched The American Office, the Finer Things Club, they sort of read, I don't know, books and have tea parties and things like that. That's basically what our partners are doing when on a Monday. So yeah, there you go. Yes, Scott, what have you got to say?
Colin, I was just going to say, I'm reminded of something just then. Before I during a D&D session with my housemates the other night, I made a vegan chilies, and it was actually okay. And I wanted to just say that, Colin, now I can make vegan chilies as well. So I'm just going to put that out there. Not a challenge or anything. I just want to let you know, buddy.
Oh, it's a lockdown chili off. Boom, boom, boom. Chili off.
Do you, sir? Do you really, sir? Well, sir.
How do we judge that? How do we judge a lockdown chili? We have to
judge that.
Send each other a bit in the post and. Hope that we haven't got.
What we need to do is do it like an old style duel and find somewhere sort of out in the common, nice and secluded. Have a second, and then just 2 meters apart, place your chili, and then nice and
just
orderly.
Just with a couple of jalapenos, just waving at each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you got some good chili? Oh yeah, check this chili out. Oh, yeah.
Put it down.
Thing that
walk back 4 meters.
One thing that you will notice from this recording is that there is no drum and bow skill on this record right now, which is foolish actually because it's audio, so we could have just done an impression of him and filled it in.
Should we go around and do our best drum impressions?
Oh, I don't know.
No.
I mean,
drum's fine. We should be very clear.
Yeah, drum's okay.
So drum had
don't worry about it. Yeah.
Drum had a new baby.
Yeah, man, I'm fine, man.
Unfortunately, given the medium of sound that you're listening on, you're missing the hand actions that Ross was throwing in there.
I love that, the 5 drums.
Ross is very much a visual medium.
That's the best pub in London, that. Tell you what, the 5 drums.
But yes, Drum and his lovely wife Holly had a baby right before the quarantine started and are very busy being parents. He's being super dad at the moment.
Congratulations.
He may be joining us for some of these episodes. Basically, what we've said to him is that if you get a quiet moment because you have a toddler and a newborn baby to look after, if you have a quiet moment and you want to jump on and join us, he has a character. We'll get it into the story. We'll have a section of that. But otherwise, we'll see how it goes. So you may or may not hear Drummond at certain points during this adventure. That is the fun thing that we're going to have to play with on this. And with that in mind, let's see how this goes, shall we?
Oh, sick wolf!
So, sick wolf. So we begin our story looking down on the Danger Club as they are camped by the side of the Selen River on their way to Absalom. We can see Captain Gumbo's boat, a rusty button, moored up at the side, and the Danger Club sat around a fire, talking to each other. Philippe is dozing in the corner, dreaming of horrible things. Captain Gumbo is slowly warming up some water with a candle in a bucket. And we see that the Danger Club are talking. They are discussing something from the past. And as we watch that, we pull back away from them through the clouds, and we make our way back to Varisia. Specifically, we make our way to an area just outside the town of Riddleport in western Varisia. And we go back 20 years into the past, where we find ourselves looking down on a ramshackle wooden structure in a small town just outside of Riddleport. A sign hangs over the entrance to it that says Master Olivan's Gladiator School. So we're looking at kind of an arena type setup, like not like the Colosseum. It's very, very regional, very small. We go through the entranceway and we see there are sort of some rooms off to the side. Move into the center and we see that there is a fighting pit right in the middle. Dust scattered all over it, barrels and things stacked around, some weapon racks around the edges of it. There are some figures up in the stands looking down. It's not full, it's not a sort of a big fight night. It looks more like a training sort of exercise. And there are 2 figures stood facing each other in the middle of this arena. Scott, who is one of the figures in the arena?
His name is Felix. He is a dwarf. He has got a thatch of red hair. Some on his head, a lot on his chest. His hair smokes. He is red, flickering eyes, and a couple of tattoos that are like a consolation prize for not being as brave as he might think. His name is Felix.
Felix the dwarf, and standing across from that dwarf on the other side of the arena, Colin, who is standing facing the dwarf.
So standing opposite the dwarf, we have a human. He's about 5'9". He's got brown, short hair, shaved around the sides and back, sticks up on the top. Not quite a mohawk, but definitely in that sort of vein. He's wearing leather armour, which has some little metal chains and rings here and there all over it. Over that, he wears a sheepskin waistcoat. He has light brown kind of striped trousers on and big brown boots. And when he's standing there, he looks kind of strong and solid in his stance with a constant sort of half smile on his face. Like everything doesn't have to be serious, but he looks quite logical and methodical as well. His name is Rory Bavori.
Rory Bavori and Felix standing across from each other in the arena. We're going to do something we haven't done before at the start of a story. Felix, Rory, roll for initiative.
Whoa! All right.
Crazy times.
That's crazy. All right, initiative. Here we go.
Imagine if we kill one of the characters right now.
What are you saying, Felix?
9.
10. Yeah.
Oh, Clash of Titans.
Yeah, right.
2 rolls there. Rory Bravori, you are the first to go in this contest of wills, in this battle. What's happening? You are currently 25 feet away from each other.
Okay.
3 actions.
I'd like to, Rory would like to run up to the dwarf with his Aldori dueling sword. For he is an Aldori duelist. Yes, his name is Rory Bavori. He is Aldori swordsman. We'll go into that later, I'm sure, unless he dies. And he would like to strike with that sword on a natural 1.
Yes!
Yeah. Oh my goodness! I have the cards here.
Are you not entertained?
No. I'd like to say something as well. Rory would like to say something.
Please do say something.
Listen here, dwarf. There's nothing that can't be solved with logic, and I am a logical human, and I'm sure that you are a logical dwarf. So here we are, and I'm going to strike you now with my sword. So, yeah!
I fail to understand the logic in striking me with sword if you fail to do so.
He does fail to do so, and having drawn the fumble card, it is punt. Your weapon flies 1d4 times 5 feet in a random direction. That's 10 feet. You swing the sword and it sails out of your grip, over Master Swordsman, out of your hand, over the dwarf's head, and lands 10 feet behind him in the dirt.
Excellent.
Felix watches that go and then goes, "In Dwarven we have a word for this. It is yeet."
Oh, you've got one
more
action left.
Can I run to get my sword?
You run over to your sword. You don't have any actions left to pick it up, but you run over to.
Oh, whoops! And then I run. Yeah.
A strong first round of this adventure. Felix, what's happening?
Felix was unnerved and very sort of intimidated previously, and now is more bemused, and sort of cocks his head and sort of half smiles to himself as he turns round. How much distance is there between me and this Rory now?
So there's 10 feet from you.
10 feet. Felix adopts a stance and squares his feet in the sand. Is it sand?
Yes, it is sand.
Sort of squares his feet in the sand and says, "You know, we don't have to fight. It seems that you do not actually want to fight, so we can talk if you like. I am quite into talking." Cool,
Right.
okay, well, I'll just shut up instead.
Let's have
I run towards him and flurry of blows him.
I'm literally just about to say something. I was just waiting for the delay.
On the record.
No, it's all right. You do you. You do you.
Cool, I flurry of blows, please. I close the distance. But I want it on the record that I did offer peace first.
Flurry of blows, so it's one action, you get 2 melee strikes. First one has no penalty, second one is at -4. And you add, and you do damage for both.
First one was 17.
Nope.
Next one was 28.
A 20.
That does hit. Yeah.
That does hit. That is so nearly a critical.
Shit.
Just one hit there.
Just one hit,
Just
roll
the
some
one.
damage, and then you got one more action after that.
8 points of
8 points of damage to Rory, and then you have one more action.
I use it to step back and say, "Are you okay?"
Oh, blimey! That took rather a big blow into my into my arm there. I didn't realise that that was going to happen. I'll be honest with you. I am quite a decent swordsman most of the time.
I believe you, but would you rather sit down and talk? You look a little bit shaken by me fisting you.
Maybe after a fisting, a good conversation would be the done thing. Yes, let's maybe sit down and converse for a while.
You narrate everything. That's so good.
A figure at that point comes walking out from one of the tunnels at the side. He is a human man. He is very heavily built. He has a mop of sandy-coloured hair and a beard to match. He has a scar running down one side of his face, and he's wearing leather armour. As you're approaching, he holds up his hands and just says, "Break! Break!" I mean, I'm not sure I need to tell you to break. I think you have already broken already. I'm not even sure that Rory started fighting, really, in that one. Both of you recognize the man as Argus. Argus is the head gladiator. He is the trainer at the gladiator school of Master Olivan, and he is the star of any shows that you go to. So he's the one who has been overseeing this practice fight. He pats Rory on the shoulder and says, "Well, it's an interesting play. Maybe were you trying to throw him out, or
I don't
know what you're...
I don't really know. I mean, what's happened is you went to swing for him in the training style with finesse, and for some reason, my dueling sword just flew over his head. I mean, you couldn't write it, really, could you? Even if you were trying to write one of those comedy plays that we see every 2 weeks in the staff quarters.
If I may, Argus, Felix steps forward a little bit uncertainly and then looks down and sort of kicks the dirt. I do love the fortnightly plays that we get to see, but I think what Rory was doing was trying to distract me by doing the thing I would least expect, and it certainly did distract me. So well done, Rory.
Oh, thank you very much. That's very kind for the compliments.
And I do one of those shakes where you don't shake a hand, but you shake the arm, you know?
Oh.
Those kind of manly grasps.
So manly.
No, yeah. I don't want to genderize
What is
it.
this? Why we not shake on the hand?
Oh, this is to show true friendship. When you meet someone who you highly respect, this would be a genuine shake for someone. So thank you very much for the shake.
Felix looks shocked, and then sort of steps forward and goes, "Oh, great, okay, yeah, respect," and goes in and adopts the sort of elbow shake.
You do some elbow shaking.
Cool.
Truly the Aldori are master swordsmen. See, your reputation is intact. Come, get the servants in here to clean up. He waves a hand, and 2 figures emerge from the tunnel afterwards, carrying brooms and shovels to do some cleaning up. Ross, what is one of the figures?
One of the fingers is a shuni, which is basically a giant. Well, not a giant. Well, it is a giant pug. Basically, he's about 3 foot. He's like sort of beige fur. He's got a little tuft of brown hair on the top, like a troll, like, you know, one of those old toy trolls. It's not as long as that, but it's kind of like just sticking up. He's just got like a normal cloth, like a cloth shirt and just some leggings, breeches or whatever, and he's holding a shovel. And yeah, he also has glasses. He's very charismatic for a giant dog. You think it's probably because he's quite nice. He's like very nice. He doesn't seem very. Yeah, he's got a very nice aura about him. Yeah, he comes out.
Amazing. And what's his name?
His name is Basco Mops. Here's a little tease for your little fact about Basco. Basco is Queen Victoria's favourite dog, and Mops was Marie Antoinette's dog. So, yeah, there you go.
Basco is still Queen Victoria's favourite dog.
Yeah.
So the oldest dog in the world.
Think basically Frank from Men in Black. Just think that.
Amazing. And those of you who were on our live stream a couple of weeks ago will know this is the character that you helped create on our live stream. So this character was created by the Dangerlings and is based loosely on some of Monstrous Art's actual pugs.
Big up Dangerlings.
Big up the Dangerlings.
I mean,
and James,
a picture of him.
Finally, who is the other character alongside this pug?
The other character is he's a young sylph man. He's quite tall, about 6 foot tall. He's wearing a plain sort of linen, kind of a tunic thing. It's quite long, but tied with a rope around his middle. He's looking, well, you know, pretty gangly. I don't think youth suits him particularly well. He's got swirling patterns on his skin, and he's wearing a pair of sandals and a slightly disaffected look. And he's also carrying a long broom, which has been heavily used over his shoulder, and walks with something of the slouched shoulders of the disaffected youth. So yeah.
And in case anyone hadn't guessed, what is the name of this sylph that has just come gangling out?
Caragor, what? No, I'm joking. It's Velda Cairnblight. Yeah. A young Velda Cairnblight, yeah.
The young Velda Chronicles.
Yeah.
Velda and Basco, you come running up out of the tunnel to do your duty and sweep up the arena after a fight has taken place. We'll call it a fight. Let's be generous. So the two of you come out to do your duty. You've been working all day. The two of you have been working for years together, keeping the arena clean, sweeping everything up when you need to. And so you come running up into the arena to do your job. Argus pats you on the back as you go past and says, "Good job. Not too much blood or." I mean, anything to really clear it. You can pick up Rory's sword for him, I suppose.
Yes.
Don't understand what they're cleaning up. You're just making them do work for no reason. Look, there's nothing on the floor.
Well, we've got to put the sand back where it was, and to tidy up a little.
Yeah, it's a living. What can I say?
Yeah, exactly.
Basco.
I tell you what, Basco, why did he throw his sword? I don't think I've ever seen that.
I don't know. He's supposed to be a master swordsman. He looked very masterful.
It was extraordinary what he did, but I couldn't work out what it was for the life of me.
Maybe he was going to do some sort of magic thing, like, go run and dive and pick it up and then slice them or something. Or maybe he just fell over. I'm not sure, really.
Yes, maybe it's a mistake, but oh well, never mind.
Can we hear what they're saying?
Yeah. You're all in the same area. Yeah, you're all together.
Hello. I just overheard you talking about my swordsmanship, and yes, I don't mind admitting that I fumbled there, and my sword flew out of my hands. So,
Yeah.
Do you have particularly sweaty hands? Is it your...
actually, my hands are usually very dry. So it is a wonder that today, of all days, that they're not. So.
If you have sweaty hands again, then I can warm your hands and dry them again with my.
Oh dear! Should we get some fruit for him? I think he's having another one of his episodes.
Never mind.
It was pretty impressive, though.
Oh, thank you very much. What's your name?
My
Again?
name is Basco. You know, I usually come out and clean up the poop, the scoop, and also the poop.
Why is there poop on the floor of a fighting arena?
Well, you never know. When you die, you do lots of things, you know. You poop, you scoop, and you doop, poop.
Yes, and don't forget Poopo the Magnificent. I mean, it was his finishing move, and
true.
Gosh, we also had a lot of work to do after those.
Yes, I remember. Oh, yes, Basco, I do remember your face. I'm so sorry that I don't remember your name, but I'll make an effort to remember that from now on. And you,
That's
young
okay.
sir, what's your name?
I'm Velda.
Oh, hello, Velda. Well, this is my friend Felix. We are definitely friends.
Hello.
But you fight each other.
Yes, but we are in training, you see.
He punched you really hard.
Yes, but sometimes a friend is someone who can fight and then, go on from there in a relationship.
Oh, good. Velda punches Basco. Just not... was it like that? Oh,
yes.
You're all just
I
staring
thought
at
you were
me now.
talking to Basco. I don't.
Oh
I'm
no!
confused. It's maybe the way that
good
we're
one,
looking
Velda.
at each other on a screen.
Sorry, I thought that was what... okay, sorry.
That's okay. What friends do is do this. And Felix grabs Velda's elbow.
Ow?
Friends!
Oh, I see. Yes.
Rory grabs the other elbow.
Oh goodness! I've really got to get some sleeping done now, and we've got lots of jobs to do, haven't we, Basco?
Yes, we've got lots of jobs. We've got to clean up the poop, the scoop, and the poop. And then we've got to go to... Yeah, we got to go to the private chambers, and we got to clean out the poop of the gladiators.
The scoop, yes.
Yeah.
And the boop. Don't forget the boop.
It is really hot.
You're a good boy, aren't you?
He's a very good boy.
Very good boy.
So much
Basco,
fiber in the food that they serve us. I had no idea.
Could you put me down now, please?
Oh, yes, sorry.
God. Ow.
Thought we were becoming friends, which I think we are now, actually.
Being friends is painful. Good.
I hope
Velda just doomed through his life to spend time with people with personal space issues.
I love the fact organically as well that Velda experienced punching one of his friends and he didn't like it. But that's what happens to him in the Danger Club so much. And that's like a little seed there now. That's amazing.
Right. So off to the moop boop.
As you're about to head to the moot boop, the doors to the main arena open, and in comes Master Olivan. Master Olivan is the owner of the Gladiator School. So all of you are here because at some point you have accrued a debt to Master Olivan, and you have signed a contract to him to work off your debt, and so you are spending however many years it is going to take working here, either as gladiators or as serving staff, to pay off your debt to Master Olivan. He is a large, rotund man. He has got a mop of... he's got sort of black hair, a little black goatee as he's walking forwards. He's turning to one of his attendants. He has about 4 attendants around him in servant's uniform and a couple of guards. He's turning to one of them and he says, "I don't care. Send back the giraffes. I don't want them." As he enters, he says, "How's the training going?" As he looks over all of you.
Yes. The training is going very well. We are mighty warriors. Training.
He threw his sword.
Don't tell him about
impressive.
the sword.
But I thought you meant to do this.
No. Just keep it. Hello. Yeah, I mean, yes.
Hello there. I'm here because I've got a task for all of you. Well, for those of you who are competent, at least. For Felix and Rory. I've received word that there's another gladiator school to the south, in the town of Sandpoint. They've been splashing around some cash recently, and I hear that the head of that school left Riddleport by boat a few weeks ago, paying their way with several artifacts which bear a striking resemblance to some ones that were stolen from the grand tournament grounds in Riddleport itself. I hear a rumor that the trophy from the annual Riddleport Games, very, very valuable trophy, was stolen quite recently. Now, I've got a suspicion that it might be down there in that other gladiator school, but I don't know it for sure. But one thing I do know is that whoever brings back that trophy to the games is likely to be getting prime billing at the next tournament. And I want that to be my school. And that means that we're going to make some good money. So I want you to go to Sandpoint. I want you to find this new school. And I want you to make friends with them. Do it without bloodshed if you can. But I want you to search that school, and I want you to find that trophy, and I want you to bring it back to me. You manage that, there'll be a good reward for you, as well as a little bit of time off your contracts as well.
Yes, I mean, this sounds wonderful, doesn't it, Felix?
Yes. Okay, new environment and new people, more competent fighters to deal with. It sounds great.
Yes, it does.
Out of character, do we know about this trophy? Is this something we've known about before? Is this a thing?
The trophy you'd be familiar with. The trophy is the Riddleport Games are a sort of gladiatorial contest that takes place every year, and you would have known. You would know that the trophy. You would know well enough from your circles that the trophy was stolen a little while ago. So it is valuable. So yes, you're aware of that. Argus steps forward as he does and says, "Master Olivan, I've been thinking a little bit about the task, and I'm not sure that with some of our recent injuries to some of the gladiators, that sending two people on their own is a good idea. I'd suggest sending the servants as well. It'll do them good to get out of the school a little bit."
Me?
Yes.
But
I'm
quite
sorry.
Oh no! I was going to say I'm quite happy here, and we've got the poop and the moop and the
Aye, the poop, the moop, and the coop poop poop.
Yes, all the coop poop poop.
Hey, psst, hey you, still there?
Yes.
Hey, don't be afraid. It's okay. We will go together, and you need not clean up shit all your life. You could be better than that, maybe. For a little while, do not have to clean up poop with weird dog-faced man here.
Hey, I find that offensive.
I've never seen one of your kind before. You're freaking me out like maybe I have allergies.
Well, he's never grabbed my elbow. So there.
Well, I'd like to request that it is these two because some of the other servants, when I say hello, they don't reply, which I find rather rather rude, and I think it would be nice if these two fine young gentlemen and gentle pug or whatever your race is, I'm not sure. I don't want to be a Sunni. Yes, this damn fine Sunni. Could sister? These are the two that I want, and that's a deal breaker. That's. I mean, you're in charge, but that's what I want.
Rory, little tip: you should never Sunni someone's species. Haha, little joke.
Yes.
Breaking ice.
Yes, I like this.
Yes.
All the other servants there be really jealous of me and Velda. Hey, Velda, this is our chance to see the world. This is our chance to get out of this place.
Well, maybe I don't want to see the world. Maybe I just want to stay here. It's dangerous out there.
Hey, sometimes you gotta push past your, your comfort zones and get out there and see the world. And don't worry, I'll be here with you. Your bestest buddy.
As long as you're there, because you're a good boy.
Yeah.
Good. Are you going to come, Argus?
I won't be. I will come with you as far as Sandpoint, but Master Olivan is eager that you. Accomplish this task on your own. Olivan sort of shrugs this. It's a laugh more than anything. I mean, I want to see what the scrawny one. What are you going to do, Runt? Are you going to hit him with a book or something? Spend more time reading than you do sweeping.
Well, I like reading, and I could hit them with my broom.
Reading doesn't get shit cleaned up in my arena. You don't do anything useful around here. You might as well go. You and the dog might as well go with them.
Actually, if I may, I have thrown a few objects before in my life, and I can tell you that a well-crafted book actually can make a very impressive ranged weapon. If Veldar has any of these, then they could actually do some serious damage. If you'll excuse me for speaking.
The Olivan just laughs and walks over to Velda and says, "Really? You think this one's going to save the day by throwing books? Do you?" He laughs and just sort of gives Velda a bit of a shove.
What? Alright, 80s villain.
Looks down at his sandals and shuffles his feet in the sand a bit and mumbles about how he reads books. Not throws them.
Just listen to me. He looks down at you and says, if reading books did any good, then you wouldn't have had to come to me for money to bury your parents. You'd have been able to find somewhere to save them yourself. You'd been able to do something for that village of yours. The fact is, books aren't going to help you on anything. I don't even expect you to come back alive from this mission. You might have a lot up there, and he just taps you in the head, and then he just jabs you in the chest. He goes, but you got nothing in there. You're effectively worthless to me. I'm just sending you along to help carry their bags. And then he just turns and walks back away from them. He says, remember, same deal applies as always when we send you outside. If any of you try to run, if any of you decide that you're better off elsewhere, you're welcome to try. But there's 20 gold pieces to anyone that kills somebody who tries to run from me. That offer is open to any of you. That could take years off your contracts here, so all of you think about that. Yes. I expect you back within a week. There's a ship leaving later on this afternoon. I suggest you be on it.
Basco goes to Velda and sort of just puts his arm around him and goes, don't worry, buddy. Just ignore him. You've got what it takes.
Thanks, Basco. Come on, we've got a ship to catch.
Right, yes, let's go and thank you, Master Olivan. Blimey. Let's go and... he's not one for speeches, is he? Well, let's, go and get our things and then we'll meet down in the... there's not a lobby here, is there? But, essentially essentially the place before
the hotel
we
bar.
leave the actual gates in 20, 25 minutes. Well, I don't want to, force you or anything. But
I've just got 3 books and a broom.
I've just got my shovel.
Yes. We don't really have anything.
Sorry, what were you going to say, Felix?
Felix is just, he's got his fists clenched and he looks at the back of Master Olivan as he walks away. And his hair is smouldering with a little more intensity. It's a little waft of smoke coming off his hair. And he's just going, "That was not very nice. That man is bully.
He is bully."
As I walk out with all the guys, I'm going to look at Barry, the nearest servant, and I go, "Ha ha! Barry, look at me! I'm going on a mission, and there's nothing you can do about it."
Oh. Barry shakes his fist and goes, "Oh, Pascal! I'll get you for this!"
Silly Barry.
Rory would like to do the same with one of the other gladiators, probably Gerard.
Hey, Gerard, look! We're going to the other school. We're going to go and do some fighting.
He looks at you and says,
I will have my vengeance in this life or the next.
Bye, Gerard. See you soon.
Felix says to Lorraine on the way out, goes, "Goodbye, Lorraine. You are the only one who was nice to me. I may die, but at least I will do it with friends. Good luck with your sandwich making course."
she says, "Bye, Philip." Files As you make your way, you gather your things. Argus turns to the other servants and goes, "Get back in there. Big Green needs clearing out." And you hear a growl from the lower levels of the school, where Big Green, the large beast whose poop you often have to scoop and boop boop boop, resides. And you make your way to the lobby of the gladiator school, next to the concierge desk.
There's marble. There's some doors that open. Yeah.
There's a place where your bags are held.
Olivan really splashed out on this one room, and the rest of it's just sand.
Sick.
So Argus leads you out of the gladiator school through the streets down towards Riddleport itself and towards the docks. As you're walking, he says, you'll need to take a boat south across the bay to Sandpoint. It's quite a voyage, but I've heard there's a very good captain who might be able to take you on his boat when you get there. It's not. Don't look at me like that. It's not Captain Gumbo. This isn't Solo. Where every character.
Captain Flippin' Gumbo. Just because Dan loves Captain Gumbo. It's his favourite character ever. I'm going to shoehorn him in. Yeah, he's still alive. Yeah.
I considered the idea. He wouldn't be born yet. I quite like the idea that Velda would have met Gumbo and then just completely forgotten him because he doesn't recognise staff.
Yeah.
That's a very Velda thing.
Velda is the R2-D2 of this saga.
Yeah.
Give Velda away and wipe his memory. No, we are not going to just set up every tiny bit. As you're walking along, Velda knocks over a small pile of rocks that a man is stacking up. The man stands up, shakes his fist, and goes, "Oh, you are a blight of cans, Velda."
I hate them.
You make your way. You make your way down to the docks where there is a boat moored up. There are a number of Iruxi around it, wearing sailors' uniforms. Iruxi are lizard folk, so they are lizards of varying colours, wearing sailors' uniforms and little matching sailors, little stripy t-shirts and little.
Have they got the little hats on as well?
They've got the little hats on.
Yeah,
and there is a captain among them who is wearing a similar thing, but with a jacket with epaulets on. I think everything naval in our campaign is very.
It's just with the Regency, with little whistles to come on board and things like that. They're all wearing stockings.
He, the Uruxi captain approaches as you get close. Says, "Hello there. My name is Captain Scarscale, Zazanda Scarsale of the Obsidian Owl. I be travelling south towards Sandpoint. I hears you're looking for passage."
Well, no, we're looking to get on the ship, really.
Aye, it's a nautical term.
Oh, passage. I see.
Passage on this ship.
Passage.
Well, that's very interesting. I've not heard that term before. I'll use that in future.
Did Master Oliver give anyone any money? Because I haven't got any money. Have you got any money, Baltus?
I guess says, don't worry. The voyage is paid for.
Oh, lovely.
But there'll be a little bit of money for food, but I don't think there'll be very much. So we best get this done as quickly as we can.
Excuse me, Captain. What was the name of your fine boat again?
Oh, it was called the Obsidian Owl.
This is a strange name. Owls fly above water, and obsidian would sink. I have little premonition about getting onto boat.
Aye. Obsidian sinks and an owl flies, so an obsidian owl is the perfect happy medium.
I feel completely vindicated, and thank you for putting me at ease.
I just really like owls.
So do I.
Don't get many of them
around.
Don't you chase any of the owls on me ship. I'm transporting owls to Sandpoint, and if you get them all ruffled up, it's going to be a right mess on that voyage.
He looks at Velda and with worry that he's not going to be able to not touch these owls.
It's all right. I can hold you down like I did before.
Oh, thanks.
That's okay.
I'm getting a bit sweaty.
Have you ever been on a ship before? I've never been on a ship before. This is exciting.
No, this is. Well, look at the water. It's got a reflection of us.
Yeah. Whoa. I sort of expected more, really, but never mind.
I look quite striking, I think, actually. Yes, I'm quite pleased with how I look. What about you, Felix?
How I look is not in the eyes of me, but Felix tries to remember his monk training. But in the eyes of others, and the way that you perceive is not an objectification. Felix's hair sets alight.
No, Felix, you can just look in the water, and then you can see yourself. It's called a reflection.
Felix puts his head in the water and just goes. Sorry for that. I'm not very proud of that. It sometimes just happens when I get overthinking.
Felix, you really make me chuckle, do you know that? We're going to be such good friends, I think. Yes, definitely. By definition of friendship, this is definitely friendship. And we're on a ship, so some would say that was a joke.
Yeah, I would. Felix grabs Rory by the elbow, and then Basco by the elbow, and then looks awkwardly at Velda.
Rory, Velda just sort of gingerly takes Basco's elbow.
This is going to be an adventure of the 4 adventurers. We could call ourselves, couldn't we?
Really? We're adventurers?
We are now.
Are we?
And we're not just servants?
That's correct. When we're outside those walls, we're adventurers, darn it.
Velda, we're adventurers, finally.
Did you hear that, Basco? We're adventurers.
All those books you've been reading about all those adventurers, and now we're finally one of them.
Well, they die at the end of that book, but I hope we don't die. I'm sure we don't.
Wait, it could be... if you are like Dogman, and you, Velda, are Sylphy Person of Wind, and I, Smolder, we could be Wolf, Wind, and Fire.
Oh my goodness. As you're about to go up the gangplank... Wind and fire, that is beautiful. As you're about to go up the gangplank, Argus grabs Velda by the shoulder and just turns and says, "Listen, all of you, before you go, you should know that that trophy that you're going to find, it's worth a lot of money. I need to get back to the school. But when you find the trophy, when you get it, don't bring it back here. Take it to Magnamar in the south. You'll be able to sell it for a lot of money. Once you've done that, go east, as far as you can. Never look back. You can get away from all of this. Never have to come back to the school. But you'll need to do it quietly, without anyone realizing. I know that Olivan has offered a lot of money to any of you that stops anything like this, and I can't do anything to dissuade you, but you've got a chance to be free here."
But what about you and the school?
I'll be all right. I'm worth enough money to him as I am. He won't know. That's why I can't go with you. He can't know that I've got anything to do with it. It took me a lot of effort to get him to persuade to let you two servants go as well. But you've all been good to me in the time that you've been at the school. You deserve the chance, which is more than a lot of people in there get. Anyway, it's up to you. But the chance is there if you're willing to take it. With that.
What if I don't want to go?
Velda, this is your chance to see the world, to be finally free.
Maybe I don't want to see the world. Maybe I'm not good enough to see the world. Maybe the world's a bit too dangerous. Maybe I just want to stay sweeping up sand at the school, with everyone and Argus and things.
Velda, it is dangerous. No one should lie to you. Outside world is very dangerous, but this is your chance to leave.
Do you mean leave or live?
Felix's chest hair sets alight.
I like this man, dwarf. Sorry, I didn't mean
Argus reaches into his pouch and takes out a small piece of paper, which he unfolds and says, "Velda, you got more to offer than sweeping up sand for the rest of your life." He turns it around and shows you what's on the piece of paper. It says Argus in a really sort of shaky, spidery script. It says, "It's because of you that I can do that. That you might not, the Olivan might not think you got a lot in your chest, but I think you do. You got a lot in your head as well, and it deserves more than being stuck in some gladiator school for your whole life. But it's your decision. I can't make it for you. It's time to go." He takes a step back. "Good luck, all of you."
Argus, what about money?
No, you'll have to work something out.
Thank you, Argus. You're a good man.
And
So all of you.
Velda suddenly darts forward and just gives him a very big, quick hug, and then sort of shuffles back awkwardly and says, I miss you, Argus.
And you. Now get out of here. He shuffles his feet and steps back. And you make your way up the gangplank onto the ship. As the last few things are loaded onto it, the gangplank is pulled up. Captain Scarscale gives the order and the sails are unfurled. And the Obsidian Owl begins sailing south. And as you stand looking out, Basco, you look over at a crate next to you and you just hear a woo-hoo from inside the crate. And that's where we leave it for tonight. That's the end of our first remote episode, everybody. We will be back next week for more adventures from the Young Velda Chronicles. We'll see you then.